right, getting ready for the weekend. I thought we'd go back to a one of these basic foundational things that we do here at on the regular. So this guy here, Rick Hansen, teacher of mine, a great author, and he introduced me to this. He actually coined this term, as far as I know, self-directed positive neuroplasticity. Which just once I heard that, I was like, bingo, I got it. So the brain has a negativity bias, which makes it like Velcro for the bad and Teflon for the good. So basically, just meaning that when bad things happen, you know, we stick to it. Our attention gets hijacked. When good stuff happens, oftentimes we're like, "Oh, that was good," and then we just move on. So we have to learn to take in positive experiences so that we can weave them into the fabric of our brains. And I like that he's getting specific about the brain and not just a it's not just a the behavioral piece, but it's actually, focusing on the structure and function of our brain. And again, it's just our brain adjusts and adapts to repetitive experiences. And so foundationally, what we're doing here is we're just saying, okay, every day we're going to flex those positivity muscles and just remind our brain this is how this stuff works. And that's what he means with weaving that into the fabric of our brains. We just become that much more familiar with positivity. And so he has this cool saying here: we can use our mind to do what we're about to do today. Like, we can intentionally use our mind to think of positive experiences and have those experiences. And the more we do that, it changes our brain, which in turn changes our mind, because now our mind is much more sort of predisposed to whatever positivity we want it to experience on the regular. So, okay, so the skills that we're working on are these two here: steeping and savoring. And yeah, let me just do the meditation, and I think it'll be obvious. So close your eyes, and we can drop right in and just notice what it's like to have a chair or a stoop or wherever you find yourself sitting, and just appreciate that the couch is holding you up. And start by just savoring the experience of having a seat that you can sit down on. If you've ever, I'm guessing everyone here has traveled and had to stand around a lot, and how awesome it is to finally find that seat that you can sit down and rest your legs. So just appreciating right here, right now, we have this ability to just sit, rest, and let's not gloss over it. So something as mundane as having a chair to sit on can become an object of our attention and our appreciation. To whatever extent you can, see if you can savor the sensation of, I get to sit down right now, get to rest, and savoring where this seat is. It's mostly quiet for all of us, so we're not stuck at the airport waiting to check in or in the TSA line. It's noisy, it's distracting, and instead, here we are at home or in our car, just savoring this quiet, the ability to sit and rest. There's an element of gratitude in savoring, or maybe savoring leads to gratitude, because we notice when we savor, we notice something positive or beneficial happening, and we allow it to really permeate our being. And savoring usually relates to food, right? So I imagine taking a bite of some chocolate or something that you really like and savoring it, right? Rather than just chewing it and swallowing it, is taking the time to really have that experience. So bring to mind one of your favorite foods and notice what it's like to really intentionally slow down and savor the memory or the experience of eating this food that you like. Don't just wolf it down, but rather just really slow down. Notice the way it looks, the way it smells, the sensation of the texture as you put it in your mouth. Maybe it's warm or maybe it's cold. So just noticing the temperature and chewing it slowly, letting it melt in your mouth, whatever type of food it is. If you're like me, you rarely chew your food 30 times or whatever we're supposed to do. Just imagine yourself really taking your time with this bite, and then eventually swallowing it. And that experience of satiety, like satiating our hunger, or that experience of seeing or smelling food that we know tastes good, and then the satisfaction of actually being able to swallow it and put it into our body. It's really savoring that sensation because it's such a unique one. And then just taking a moment to rest and savor the chance to savor the food. It's like meta savoring. And then transferring that same experience or that same behavior of sort of deliberate savoring. And now think of, let's say, savoring conversation or the presence of someone that you really love. And we're all busy running around. It's so easy to just gloss over interactions with our loved ones. So see if you can pick someone, maybe a recent interaction, and then imagine yourself slowing down and savoring them and this interaction, just like you did the food. So looking at them, feeling their presence, hearing them, smelling them. And then on some level imbibing their presence, or maybe the words that they're saying, or the way they're communicating with you, or just really taking in their energy and savoring their presence, and just like when we swallow the food, sort of really internalizing or bringing to the inside this experience, allow them to really permeate you. And bringing your full attention to that experience of really absorbing all of them. Next, imagine yourself as you sort of head off into your afternoon and the rest of the weekend. Imagine yourself just slowing down enough. We're talking just a few seconds here or there to maybe even close your eyes or put your hand on your chest when you walk outside. And before you just, rush out the door and get in your car, just take a moment to stop and take in the smells, the sounds, sunlight, the air, taking in the experience of being alive, being outdoors, being able to get out and about, get on with your stuff with the kids or work or whatever it might be. Just savor that moment. And of course you can do this, right? So as you get in your car and you close the car door, before you just put the well, I guess we don't really put keys in ignitions anymore, but before you start the car, imagine yourself just taking just another 5 seconds to feel the car, smell it, appreciate that you have a vehicle, appreciate that you're about to go off and drive somewhere and do something that's important to you, and just again just savoring that moment of living your life and being in the middle of it. Of course, those are just some small examples of the kinds of things that I think we usually rush through. I know I'm usually kind of mindless about those things. And so my goal, my intention for this weekend is to see if I can just remember to slow down a bit and savor and really take it all in. Take a deep breath in through the nose, slow out breath, just savoring this moment and the experience of expelling air out of the lungs and out of the belly, relaxing the shoulders. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose, through the mouth. Just relaxing into your chair, relaxing into the body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes. Going back to the session. Um, all right, enough said. May you go forth and have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. And hopefully, there's lots to savor.